This was a very big mistake, says Samantha Peer, who left her job at an Arizona middle school after members of her community discovered her explicit content on the subscription app. Yeah, it was a big mistake. No, you shouldn't have been doing this in the classroom, but holy moly, gentlemen, have I got a story for you today? Um, the title says it all, but I'm definitely going to explain it. For those that are short on time, give me one quick second here. Uh, a pair of teachers teaching in a middle school in the States have been caught and fired as well as banned on OnlyFans after her students discovered she is making spicy content for her account in their classroom. Imagine finding out that as an 8th grader from your peers that this kind of stuff was happening. Like, I heard they may have even been doing it on the desks of one of the students, and that's how it, came to be. But jeez. Sure, some find this hilarious, but others could find it a bit daunting. But this was to help her family because they were financially struggling. This is what a Either way, let's get into the article. This is just crazy, man. So, former teacher who filmed OnlyFans content in her classroom says her salary did not pay enough. I don't know what it is in your state, but it can't be that bad. I don't know. I don't personally know teachers and their pay grades. Either way, a former Arizona teacher says she began filming explicit content and posting it to the paid subscription service OnlyFans because her family was struggling financially and she needed to make additional money just to get by. You could take on extra hours at work. You could try finding a part-time job. I don't know what your husband is doing, as I believe you're married, but how is that not enough? What are you doing? What are you doing to manage things? Man. Samantha Peer from, I'm not going to say the school, on October 31st after videos from her OnlyFans account were discovered within her community, according to the Today News. X. Peer was working as an 8th grade science teacher when she made and shared the videos, including one filmed in her classroom. Ugh. Is imagine being an 8th grader and finding out through the Vine that your teacher did the old boinky boink on your desk. That'd be so gross. I'm sure they'd be laughing about it, but it's probably a little bit of a scarring thing and something that you think about for the rest of your life. For example, when I was in middle school, I had an incident with one of our teachers that, well, was a bit freaky, and we all remember that to this day. We'll go out drinking together sometimes, me and my high school buddies, and we'll talk about it as we also went to the same middle school together. So that kind of stuff does not leave people's brains. It's just so weird. I really wish I could overwrite that with something more useful, but it's the stuff that sticks with you forever and ever. Her husband Dylan Pierre, who worked as a 4th grade teacher at the elementary school in the same district, also appeared on the OnlyFans page. He was fired on November 4th. So, yeah, I think I said this in my previous video that the guys who are saying they date an OnlyFans model and participate in the content, you need to be wary that there's a certain amount of liability that comes with that, and you could also be in crapola if this were to be found out, and in this case this guy was. So think twice about that. Think twice about your job and how it can affect your bottom line. In a video message posted last Friday, Peer, who goes by a different name online, said she felt trapped in her financial situation and believed making videos for OnlyFans was the only way my family would be able to survive. Jeez, man. 2 teachers aren't making enough to make ends meet? That just sounds crazy to me. I don't know. I mean, I get, like, in the States and Canada, it differs from province to province, from state to state, but really? You're not making enough to make ends meet that way? There's gotta be something else the two of you can do. OnlyFans shouldn't be looked at as that do all, say all, but you couldn't have been making that much money from OnlyFans as it is. Must have been some pretty unique content. Not like I care, it's disgusting that what they did. Nice. Pierce said she began making OnlyFans content over the summer in order to afford basic necessities after taking on numerous other opportunities outside of school contract time to make ends meet. She also claimed her family was unable to survive on 2 teacher incomes. I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice... Sorry, one second. I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice my own children's time because our professional salary did not pay enough. That's something you should be taking up with your union, and if you're not being paid properly, then it's something that you all have to do collectively as teachers. According to Pierce, she was placed on administrative leave at the 24th after a community member expressed concerns about her content to both police and school officials. She said she later opted to leave and was not fired after school officials promised to not publicize what was going on. Yeah, that could be scarring to a lot of people and also very gross. And just imagine, I mean, I'm sure there's some of you gentlemen that are out here that have children, and imagine, one day getting an email or a letter in the mail saying this is an incident that happened, and potentially in your child's school desk, in your school classroom. Oh man, I couldn't imagine. Just disgusting. Her husband, who has worked as a long-term substitute teacher, was let go after colleagues found her photos, Pierre claims. Again, be careful what you involve yourself in, and it's the kind of risk that you get even being associated with somebody that does OnlyFans. In your relationships. It's unclear exactly how students came upon Pierce's page. To protect herself, Pierce said she created a pseudonym and prevented users in the state of Arizona from accessing her OnlyFans. So wow, somebody either VPN'd out of Arizona and found it, or somebody from a state over decided to share it. Students were not aware of my social medias, nor did they follow me until after I had resigned from the district. One mom told CBS affiliate that she is absolutely outraged. Our kids shouldn't have been exposed to this. Absolutely. If you're making content like this, I feel like you should have a space where you can create these kind of scenarios, as doing it in something like that may feel risky and fun, but it can potentially harm people. And it's definitely shook this little community here. I'm thinking what happened was this woman probably had a link tree, and her link tree probably had her OnlyFans in it, or some sort of lewd Instagram or something. I don't really know, but I can only assume that's potentially what the case is. Second. Oh my god. I don't believe my name should be smeared throughout the community when I made one mistake that didn't affect anybody until other adults began allowing children to access my content, she said. No, listen, not every parent is going to put parental locks down on their children's phones and stuff. They're going to look online, and if they see that their teacher's on social media, they just happen to find that out through the grapevine, they're probably going to get curious about what you have. So, it's a little naive to think that it's not going to happen to you and that you're safe. Never the case when you put stuff like that online. I'm even like, oh, somebody that I may know may recognize my voice and put 2 and 2 together, but hey, I'm not going to back down if that's the case. I'd love to have a conversation with them about, why I say the things that I say online. And yeah, I need some water. I'm gonna wrap this up here, gentlemen. This is just an absolutely surprising, disgusting story, and it just shows that if you involve yourself with somebody that's on OnlyFans, or you get into a situation with somebody that does OnlyFans and you involve yourself in that situation, you could be on the losing end of losing your job and being freaking, well, chastitied by your community. And I'm not unaware, a majority of us Americans are struggling financially, but in all honesty, this is not the way to go about funding yourselves. Like I've said in the video, these are things that should be kept private, and when your children are away, you should do things then. It's crazy what people are turning to supplement their income. My God. Yeah. This was just a stupid move on the guy's part as well. He could have just not engaged in this, but he did. Wow, I've been prattling on this one for about 11 minutes, but hey, those are how these articles go sometimes. Anyways, gentlemen, thank you for watching. Hit a like if you liked this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell if you want to get notifications every single time I post, because sometimes you might not see me in your home or your subscription. You never know when YouTube's going to push that kind of stuff to your algorithm. Either way, thanks for watching, and as I always say, always do your due diligence. Protect yourselves.